bit harder to get rid of the discrimination, and that's what we're going to start talking about today. The civil rights movement was not just about ending segregation, it was also about trying to end discrimination. And discrimination is something that's a little deeper, it's inside, and takes a little bit more effort to get rid of. Here are two names and two stories that are part of the civil rights movement. Emmett Till and Rosa Parks. Who can tell me the story of Emmett Till, first of all? It's not from your book, maybe you know the story. The story that you told was of a young man who was actually visiting relatives, I believe, from Chicago. He was visiting relatives in Mississippi and talked about having a white girlfriend. And of course, friends didn't believe him because in Mississippi that sort of thing just didn't happen. And so he spoke to a white woman. Speaking to a white woman, initiating a conversation with a white person was really something that blacks in Mississippi just simply didn't do, did they? And so initiating this conversation with a white woman, she found very offensive. She went home and told her husband, and the young man then was killed. He even confessed later to the murder, but an all-white jury found him innocent. The outrage was felt not just in Chicago, where this young man was from, but really all around the country. And what made that so? What made it possible for people all over the country now to see this case, to hear this case, and to be outraged by it? TV, right. Television played an important role here. Victor?
Oh, you mean the white guy confesses to the murder and they let him go?
There was no doubt in the minds of anyone probably in the country, but it has been very typically the case that if these cases even came to trial, which they usually didn't, that an all-white jury would not find a person guilty for killing a black person. Not even
Like that dragging murder a while back in Texas.
similar. The reaction was similar too. Great outrage. Outrage not only among the black community, but in the North and in other parts of the country. In Mississippi, they sort of expected this. This was sort of the norm. But outside of Mississippi, in many parts of the country, people were outraged. And many whites were outraged too, that a person could be so blatantly guilty and be found innocent. Tell me the story of Rosa Parks. What's her background? What organization was she a member of?
NAACP?
Yeah, she was a member of the NAACP. Good. And she had previously, before this particular incident, she had been arrested before for incidents on the bus, refusing to get up or move to the back of the bus. And on this day, she decided that this was a day to try again. The NAACP, of course, was always looking for legal action, always looking for ways that they could fight against discrimination. And as a member of that, I think she was looking perhaps for legal action again. She refused to give up her seat to a white passenger. She was arrested, and her arrest then brought about a boycott of the bus line in Montgomery. The Montgomery bus boycott began with this incident. How successful was that bus boycott? How long did it last? Almost a year, right. And it was very successful. Most blacks did stay off the buses, and that was quite a sacrifice. Why?
Well, the bus was how they got around.
For a lot of them, it was their only way to get to work, wasn't it? Taxis, of course, are expensive. A lot of them joined together in carpools. A lot of them walked if they could. There were certain churches that got their own buses and took people around and tried to get them to work and so forth. But it was a real hardship for the black community because they, for the most part, had not been able to afford their own transportation and had relied on the bus line, which, by the way, was owned by mostly by white businessmen. What happened to the organizers of the bus boycott?
They were arrested, right?
They were arrested. Okay. How was it settled, by the way? was settled when the bus company finally gave in and said, we're gonna let them sit wherever they want, because the bus line had lost so much money